Screens. I put down my phone, close my laptop, and look around. Four walls, a few art pieces decorating each side. Not as aesthetic as the rooms I see on the internet. But I turn on my phone again, and everything is either so polished and beautiful, a version of poverty and misery porn, or a performative version of reality. As the internet era progresses, we're in so many niche bubbles, and so what is collective meaning in our real lives if we have 1,000 other people on the internet agreeing with our hot takes? Beauty, misery, sorrow, the advice, the list, the commentary. Anger, joy, peace, solitude. We see it all and get to pick and choose. Who do we want to be this year? Maybe a bit more brown should be in my wardrobe. This artist's home decor, it's so tasteful, and I need to step up my interior decorating skills. I want six figures while living in a cottage with no other soul around for miles. I want to travel slowly across Europe and Asia for a year so I can believe I really lived life. I want to work for myself so I can say I built something from the ground up without needing to worry about climbing corporate ladders and shattering glass ceilings. Somehow, hustle culture turned into a personal optimization ritual. Art, so beautiful on Pinterest, and yet I look at what I create and wonder why God didn't give me as much as my faves online. Or am I just too lazy to put in the reps? Trust yourself, they say. Believe in yourself, they preach. Yet all it takes is one misstep to hit rock bottom and realize we all have way too little control considering how much everyone online is constantly discoursing on how we need to push ourselves to be more, or we're losing this video game called life. Who's in control? God. Yet somehow we got railroads, telephones, and then a few atomic bombs later, the internet. Touching the moon taught us that perhaps now we've graduated to becoming our own gods. Nikita Khrushchev is famed for saying, Gagarin flew into space, but didn't see any God there. Who needs to pray when you can just write to our ever benevolent universe who will grant us our desires if we just keep writing, visualizing, vision boarding, and going after our dreams? That never really applies to world peace, though, it seems. In reading The Technological Republic by Alex Karp, co-founder of Palantir, I've learned we have a collective need for purpose. Not only looking forward to our next European summer with the 2 weeks we've accumulated for the year, and a new designer bag to drown out the anguish of supporting billionaires whose parents supported the Nazis that killed millions of the ancestors of the nation now committing genocide in their own stolen land. Sometimes I wonder, when will all stop talking about the problem circularly and really do something? Riots worldwide, yet business as usual after a time. Revolution? At this point, we need imagination. We all hate capitalism and say socialism will save the world, even when it's just another way to separate the elites from everyone else. We all know they'll buy their own nations before they let us eat them, so what now? It seems like everyone on the internet is living their best life and will teach you how you too can get your dream life. But I need a real life that doesn't just involve coming up with hyper niche products to craft a living for myself. Yes, everyone can be their own boss. That's not a bad thing. But then, who'll teach the kindergartners who can't tell the difference between an internet friend and AI bots programmed to tell you what you want to hear? We complain that kids don't read anymore, and yet we let them see every disgusting side of the internet by their 12th birthday. That reading a book is a Herculean task and ultimately meaningless when everyone just reads the summaries anyway. It's nice that we have access to people who just get us, whether living or bots, and yet we wonder why we're so angry all the time. This alternate reality doesn't quite follow us into the real world until it does. This world, so beautiful, so broken. We need hope, divine intervention. Yet, even a global pandemic wasn't enough to stop us from this downward spiral. Hopefully, it won't be a nuclear war that does. Ideal lives, aesthetic spaces, optimized selves, a dream, perhaps a sleepwalk. Where? Only God knows at this point.